President Jayawardena has looked back in time and shared with us his knowledge, his experience and understanding. All of us here are most fortunate that we have been able to share these moments listening to a man who shaped the course of our recent history. Today, then, was President Jayawardena's Dane to us. There may be as many opinions as there are people, and President Jayawardena knows this best. Every word ever spoken or written is open to interpretation, which is why in Kataragama, where I spend most of my time in the south of Sri Lanka, the priest gags his mouth. They say that the highest knowledge is communicated best in silence. However, even silence has its problems. Let me crave your indulgence to tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a custom that a pilgrim was always given refuge in a monastery if he succeeded in winning a debate on Dhamma or truth. A weary pilgrim on his travels arrived at a monastery, and seeing his plight, the abbot picked a one-night simpleton to debate with the traveller, knowing that the traveller would win. A short while later, the abbot met the pilgrim who was leaving. The puzzled abbot asked him why, and the pilgrim's reply was as follows. We sat in silence, your friend and I. Since I had to engage him in debate, I held up my middle finger, meaning the Buddha. He replied with two fingers, meaning the Buddha and the Dhamma. My response then was to include my little finger, representing the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. At this point, your friend held up his clenched fist, which meant all three were one, and I realized that I was defeated, and therefore I'm leaving. The curious abbot then sought out the one-eyed fool to ask him what had happened. And his story was quite different, and it went like this. He said, we sat there in silence till that man insulted me. He held up one finger, meaning that I had only one eye. In order not to respond to his abuse, I showed him two fingers, meaning he had two eyes. He, however, was not satisfied. He once again insulted me by showing three fingers, meaning that between us, we had three eyes. This infuriated me. I lost my temper and clenched my fist to hit him. Then he ran away. History, therefore, is what we make of it. The Dhammapada says, we are what our thoughts are made of. In the traditional cultures Coomaraswamy studied, the myth was not their own, they got it from their mother. First at her breast, then at the heart, children learn through seeing and hearing. Hence the words, evam me sutam, thus have I heard. Based on his studies, Coomaraswamy gave us the theoretical basis to recognize our real inheritance as a cultured people. He illustrated in his monumental Spiritual Authority and Temporal Power in the Indian Theory of Government how a righteous society functions. Although he charted for us the course that independent India and Sri Lanka should follow, neither understood him. Coomaraswamy fought for the spirit when everybody else was fighting for a piece of territory. He warned us more than 70 years ago to beware of cheap imitations and to preserve what we already had. As we enter a confused 21st century, what do we as a region offer to civilization? Is it the collective stupidity of a few or the enlightened wisdom of the majority?